Oh, fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guy. Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Tennessee first down. That one Mariota to Matthews. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. He'll buy some time right. Throw right side, caught by Davis. A big play. Mariota to Davis. 58 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
3rd and goal. Mariota. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. Throwing again, Franklin. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. They also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Mariota now on 2nd down. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead grows to 10-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Franklin. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. To throw on second down. Franklin, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. It's taken to the 26. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Let's go.
They go play action here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Calais Campbell able to drop him for a loss of 4. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Flushed out right. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, Mariota. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Dante Fowler in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. 2nd down, Mariota. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Mariota. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. Back-to-back nice plays for Tennessee. Another first down for the Titans. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting them in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Mariota. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To throw, Mariota. He dumps it off for Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
And they'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Stepping up, he'll try and run, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jurrell Casey able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
A nickel set shown by the Titans on 3rd down.
Thinking pass. From the gun, Franklin, he sets to fire deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have...
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Here's Mariota. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Throwing to start the drive. Franklin. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even giving up a defensive touchdown.
Dumps it off to Fournette. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
First down, Franklin. Oh, he nearly picked it. Maybe daylight in front of him if he could have held on. Instead, second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Franklin. And he finds a man on a crossing route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Looking to throw on second down. Franklin throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. Operating from the gun, Franklin. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Franklin finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 1st down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. On 1st and 10, Franklin. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they're showing them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. From the gun, Franklin. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
The quick slant caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. In for the score. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point safely through. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A 2nd down throw here for Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. A final shot before break. Franklin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And connecting here with DJ Shark. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun on third down, Franklin. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the USC man, Broderick Jackson. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Turns out a nice second down for them.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Right back to him on first down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great pick.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up third and long.
One. Set.
Now Mariota. It's caught. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Throwing is Mariota. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down. second and goal from the 6 this time. They get it to him running left. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point put through by Succop. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw. Franklin, flush to his, no, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And that might be Titan football. It is.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mariota. Smith catches left side. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 23 yards on the play.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Mariota now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Mariota on the delay to Henry. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Suckup for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. What's that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Off the play fake. Franklin out to his left. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back now in Nashville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Throwing on 1st down. Franklin under a heavy rush, and down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Franklin. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. A handoff to Fournette. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They had the double-digit lead at halftime, and they have continued to roll. They're hard to stop right now.
I think what we're seeing is an example of a team that has it figured out in this ball game. And whatever the adjustments are the defense has made, hasn't slowed them, hasn't phased them at all. They either anticipated them or they've been so far ahead that they just can't catch up.
Now it's just a search to add to the lead. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Mariota. Left side, caught by Matthews. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun. Mariota eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
Here's Brett Kern now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here we go.
On 1st down, Franklin. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Leonard Fournette. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Franklin. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
But you gotta bet it in a Tesla. Big bank.